I just need somebody to die for. Somebody to cry for when I'm lonely. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the assumption that as soon as the bonus stops on Survivor, the queues should be somewhat normal again. But yeah, like I said, we're probably just gonna mainly focus on Survivor. Except I do want to check something. So I have, when it shows here, it's gonna show like I have all like my levels and I have like all the perks that I've obtained, but it also kind of just did like a reset on the loadouts and stuff like that, like the character skins too. Yeah. All right. I just clicked on Survivor, so I don't know why it's taking. There you go. Okay. I don't know where's. Okay, let me unequip that. Adrenaline, per usual, and then what else do we want to do here? I kind of just want to do the same old shit, to be honest with you. Just like, it's kind of just my go-to. 16% boost to healing, just. That's an extra 10 seconds. That's not really too helpful. Part of me kind of wants to bring slippery meat, actually. A pathetic connection. Yeah, we'll do that one, because 35% faster. Get the altruism up, right? What's we got here? I don't know. Kindred. Where's Windows of Opportunity? I don't know. I've noticed when I played Survivor, there's the times where killers will slug has been at a bit of an increase. So I'm also kind of tempted on bringing Unbreakable. Slippery meat. Windows of Opportunity, and then. Well, I'm curious if that stacks, actually. So you get the 35% there, and if I bring Will Make It, I wonder how fast it kills somebody. What was that one other perk I brought? I totally forgot what it was. Kindred. Do I want to bring Kindred, or do I want to switch that up here? You know, let's do it. Oh, it looks like it just increased to 2.5, so yep. Everybody's playing killer, which means I'll be getting an accused very, very quickly. So here's my loadout. We got Adrenaline, endgame perk, Empathetic Connection, just to, you know, increase the altruism, help with that, and then Windows of Opportunity, mainly just to help around the pallets, or windows to kind of just see where I could plan my next course of action when being chased, and then Slippery Meat, so I can actually 4% off the hook. Beautiful. God, I want to play Billy so bad. It's like I know I'm not not an expert with him, but it's like he's just so fun to play. I'll have to at least try out. So I will try out like some of the other characters. Another character I got my eye on is the Houndmaster. She looks kind of interesting. I watched the video about the game, the gameplay with her. It looks a little. I have to get used to it for a second, but I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of like the case with all the killers, right? But it's like you have to control your dog, and then you gotta like know how to kind of like angle the dog too when you shoot him out to search for a survivor and grab him. So that might take getting used to, but either way, she looks like a fun killer to play. I want to check something too, actually. Achievements. Open matches, take a hit while you have endurance satisfied. Okay, so that one's simple. Like, get unhooked, have the killer be right there, just give me a quick tap on the shoulder, and then that should unlock. Cannibal, Blight, and then what other survivor ones we got here? Okay, so perfect. I actually think this map is pretty cool. So if I were the killer, I'd probably head straight to the middle because everybody wants to complete the middle gen, right? I just got a negative. So we're in Heartbeat. There's only one way up here. Okay, 2 people are working on a gen. I know I'm kind of sort of wasting time right now. I just want to make sure that when I start working on the gen, I'm not going to get interrupted, but... Okay, I'm just going to start working on it then. Okay, looks like 2 people are stuck on a gen. Thing means working on our own, and so am I, so we're getting some split pressure. I don't know what that icon is at the top of the... Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so they should be getting the gen done in probably like the next 20-some seconds. Nobody's being forced off of anything yet, so I don't know if the killer's AFK or... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, nobody's being chased or hooked yet. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know what that symbol means at the top of the Dwight icon right there. Okay. Very interesting. I don't know what perk that is. We did hear a heartbeat momentarily, and then it just stopped. Oh. Hold on. Where's the thing? God, I hate these kind of games, man. Okay, which gen is in the lead? So me and Fang's gen will be done quicker, so... I mean, I'm kind of solo queue right now, so there's not really anything I can do, so... Maybe the Neo will just camp an exit gate, and then by the time this is done, they'll just have it open. So, yeah. Like everybody's here. Okay. Why Q playing killer then? I don't understand. I'm out of here, man. Okay. Because it's like you don't get any points out of that, dude. So you were the... They were Big Booba. Dominance. The first time each totem in each chest is interacted with by a survivor, that totem or chest is blocked by the entity for 16 seconds. Human greed. You see the auras of unopened chests and survivors' auras are revealed for 5 seconds when they enter an 8-meter range. You also gain the ability to kick chests and close them. This ability has a 10-second cooldown. Well, you can actually kick chests. That's actually kind of interesting. Insidious and then Dark Devotion. This perk always confuses me. Obsessed one survival when the obsession loses 1 health. Sagittarius transfers the obsession for 45 seconds. Ends radius set to 40 meters. And then you get the undetectable. Okay, so basically a survivor. Specifically the obsession after leaving chase. I think they still get your terror radius even though you're like far away or something like that. I think that's how that works. Alright, and yeah, I believe that's the generator perk. Or not. Complete the generation of the base at the top. Yeah. Okay. We got a couple more maps to do that too as well, just to get all caught up here. But we'll get those eventually. Beautiful, Adam. Beautiful. Oh, shit. Okay, we're not doing that one. That one's just gonna be kind of a grind. What's this one? Yeah, I don't want to do that one. I don't like doing the challenges that have stuff in them. I've probably already emphasized that before, but... Okay, so we'll skip to 3 and see what's good here. That would be in Coffer Talk. Okay, that one's not too bad. Perfect. We're all waiting on you, Fangmean. Beautiful. Midwich Elementary School. Okay, so I actually want to explore this map a little bit because I know they did some changes to this. The last time I played on it, so the hallways now have a little bit more collision to piss around the killer with. Okay, so let's be careful. This is how we get this challenge done very quickly. Okay, breaking. So, I don't know how you saw me. This is how we get down. Oh, you found me very, very quickly. I guess lethal pursuer. That's okay. As long as I get at least one gen done. But wait, slippery meat. Kind of makes me encouraged to be on a hook just so I can play with the perk, right? And at the same time can also be very wasteful if everybody's far away from you. And see, like that's kind of a problem, so I just put myself at a bad, much more terrible state here. Oh, shit. Double heal, double heal, double heal, we're all... What the hell is that? Oh shit. Come. Where is the other chick at? Oh, I forget, I'm not rocking... I'm gonna finish this generator and make up some time. Does he have that Scourge hook? The one that, like... Jesus. Let's see, the one where if you hook somebody on a Scourge hook, the entity, like... increases how fast the time around the hook stage goes, or... Because I don't know where the other person's at. Okay, so she's down. This person's already... Okay. Yeah, this isn't good. So I'm going to go under the assumption he's going to go for the save. I'm going to go find a gen to work on because... Wow. Barbecue and chili. Let's see it, dude. Yep. DC. Fantastic. Okay. Hold on, I'm coming, I'm coming. Yeah, last I checked, I don't think people like playing with Freddy. Wow. Hold on, Leon, I'll come get you. Shit. I got you, man. I was gonna go for a slug play. Yeah. Damn it. Oh, you can hear me, I think. I gotcha. Group stack kill, or you don't care? Like, where does he just, like, come from, man? It's GG's, but that's okay. As long as I gain a pid, that's what I care about more, because I gotta re-level up my crap again. Damn it. Okay. Wow, I am a magnet to this dude, man. I could try to find a gem, or I could just try to survive. I don't want it. Hmm. See, I'm a magnet. I just run into him. Very interesting. I didn't even see him down the hall. Fuck me in the ass, but that's okay. Nah, Leon, it's okay, man. It's okay. Yeah, so as far as the clutter goes in the hallway, there's just like a little bit more collision to run around, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Everything else is still the same. Okay. Did I? Yes, I did. Alright, just keep queuing up, man. Keep queuing up. I'm probably gonna take off Slippery Meat, though, actually. Ooh, I'm out that. Shown the killer for each of these James. We'll try that one. I'll try that since the rework. Perfect. Okay. I'm not familiar with like the killer icon though. When a survivor, I don't know if it's when they stun the killer or what exactly. It's just an icon that has like the diamond shape and then the killer symbol in it. I don't know what that one means. Okay, so looks like we are going up against Freddy. Or excuse me, Springtrap. And it's very inconvenient that Springtrap stores are always placed next to the generators. Did this map get a change or am I tripping here? Okay, prove thyself. Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Just chasing somebody else. I didn't see my perk go off. Oops. So Lori has prove thyself. I'm gonna take note of that for later in the trial. Okay, Ace is doing a gen. Should be able to get that done within the next 15 to 20 seconds. For me, it's gonna be the next minute. Dwight's also working on his own gen by the looks. Or hold on. No, they were group stacking. Never mind. I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, Dwight's coming in and help me out here. He too also has prove thyself. Maybe it was him or Deloria or both. Now Ace is being chased. We're just gonna come back, probably group stack kill. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That gold bar is so satisfying to look at. Okay, so we got that one done over there. Let's do one that's like main building. This one's perfect. Here we go. Do whatever I can to prevent a 3 gen. I have no idea where the killer's at, man. Is it just me, or does this map feel a lot more foggier than usual? Okay, there's Lori. I'm so confused. Okay, Dwight's being chased. I wonder if anyone will play Huntress ever again. It's pretty much the same killer. Oh, perfect. Here we go. Probably gonna take a hit in the back here, but that's okay. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we left Chase pretty early. Yeah, I think a problem this guy's making is instead of chasing the survivors, he's actually willing to kick the generators instead, and then go after the survivor, which ultimately puts him at a bad disadvantage. And this is something I actually used to do as well, but primarily want to focus on chasing the survivor, otherwise you're just gonna waste time. So he's probably gonna let go of Chase, I think, again. Yeah, I think it's GG's there, buddy. What do you do, man? What do you do, man?
Don't move.
That guy just left. Okay, he got distracted. That's good. Oops. A problem I just ran into is I actually wasn't paying attention where the exit gate placements were, so I'm kind of screwed. I'm sorry, Lori. I have to dip. I think he has barbecue and chili because took one of the tokens. No, he doesn't. What the fuck does he have? Survivor, see area with fire, injured survivor for 8 seconds. Oh, so it was alien instinct, actually. Okay. Oh, yeah, with this perk, you really shouldn't 99 the exit gates anymore. Got it. Okay. Well, GG's. Check stats real quick. Come. Well, I want to read this distortion because I have a habit of like misreading stuff. So, let's see, when your aura would be red, this person activates and consumes a token for the next 12 seconds. Your aura and scratch marks will not be shown to the killer for each 15 seconds spent in chase. Regain 1 token up to 2. Okay. Because I think before it started off with 5, and I think they changed it to this, or they changed it once before to like you have to be in like the killer's tear radius for a certain amount of time, I think. So I don't know. I could be thinking of something else too, who knows. Go. Diarrhea, girl. Killer's coming. I hear the crows going off. The Legion. Is that Lethal Pursuer? just gonna go across the map. Them folk is probably gonna see my aura and run straight to me. Cheers. Okay, we're gonna work on a gen because he's busy fucking around the other folk. Yep. Thrilling tremors. Okay, never hurts to check. Perfect. You want to heal, man. But you should have at least mended first, man. Now you're just giving me extra work. Fuck. Okay, so I think he left me. Oh, but wait, he's still up here. Oh, and that's because this survivor's up here. Got it. Okay, well, he's currently kind of being distracted right now, so... Distortion's actually confusing the killer mid-chase, which is probably why he left me too, down the hall there. That's actually a little helpful. Okay, so we got one that we can use available to us, I believe. I think that's how that works. Okay, so do you go to single guy or does it go over there? Okay, so we're hearing him again. I don't know where he's coming from. Okay, so they're gonna self-heal in front of their face. That's kind of funny. I'll go ahead and get this guy off the hook. Never mind. That's when Kindred comes in handy, but I'm just gonna focus on the gen. If somebody gets hooked, I can't help them. If people want heals, they can either come to me or group stack heal where they're at. Oops. Okay, so I think, okay, they were being chased on top of the... Ooh, okay. So he's got that hex, I think it's the Blight Teachable, where if he hits somebody, then it blocks all the pallets and windows in the vicinity for a few seconds. Or I think it's just the pallets, excuse me. I am confident I could probably get this done. Oh, I'll take a hit for him. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, he gets me there. I didn't realize how short that wall was. I kind of screwed myself up there. But that's okay. Okay, so is that Predator? Thank you, sir. Other gen done. If anything, I can just utilize the windows. I just have to be careful how I utilize them. Okay, so we're just gonna work on this generator. If you want to, we'll stop mid gen and then we'll heal, but I don't know. Just want to focus on the generator, to be honest. Okay. Give me those grades. Coming straight for us. Okay, it is time to go. Yeah, we're just gonna head straight to the... Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so he's getting confused. Ooh, I might go down here. Ooh, I don't know if I make that. Yeah, he gets me. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Man, go right ahead. Shit, so he actually died from that. Oops. Well, the only thing we can do now is just try to finish the last one. Come back, come back, come back, come back. God, that is the most annoying shit ever, man. It's okay for people to do that to me when I'm playing killer, but it's not okay for me to do it to other people. Okay, I hate this game so much, dude. Just leave, I don't care. I hate this game. Oh, I was doing such good chases too, god damn it. Fucking retarded, man. Oh, GG's. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the challenge. Yes, it is. Sabotage 3 hooks while in the killer's terrariness. Pass. Cleanse 15 totems. Okay. That one's doable. Browse the perk selection here. Breakout. 25%. Very, very starter perk right there. Shirt's off, brah. Nice. Oh, crap. Probably bad time to go pee, I think, right?
Does this look...
Okay. We're gonna listen to more scary stories after this match. Come on, brain, get us in a match, man. The quicker my brain gets busy working on something, the less I have to think about taking a piss. That's how that works, trust me. It's the same way taking a shit. You gotta go so bad, you get distracted, you forget you gotta go. Perfect. Alright, so we're on the Gideon meat plant. What I'm gonna do, we are gonna be going up against the Freddy Fazbear. The Springtrap, excuse me. I keep forgetting. So this generator is at a very screwed up spot, because there's only one way in, one way out. Just kidding, but if he comes by on the left side, I'm in trouble. We're gonna go ahead and just start working on a gen. First one we see here, and there's not really a whole lot of... Okay. I panicked. So what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna combine the stairs together. Okay, so I don't... I want to seem good. Find a survivor here. Because now this generator is pretty much a dead zone right now. Okay, so he's got that perk. Is it overcharged, I think? Which means it'd be very imperative for the guy to kick generators if possible. Okay, he's on the Rebecca right now. She's probably gonna be annoying. Because she has a flashlight. Look at me, I got a flashlight. One kill. Right, that's usually how that mentality works. Oh my gosh, guys, you got the flashlight. Blind him. Go, go, go. You know. But, we'll let her do her thing. We're just going to focus on the generator. If he teleports back to me, I'm in trouble. Because I think he does have, like, the... Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of another... Never mind. Okay, so he's going to go for a hit. Because remember, Kate also has a flashlight, too. So she's going to pull some bullshit and waste even more time. Which is actually kind of good. Because that means I could get a gen done. The other dude's about to pop one in just a few seconds. And 15 seconds from now, I should be able to pop this. Okay, perfect. If he's busy on the K, that means he won't come to me, so I'll trust, I think, Jonah, right? He'll probably get the save. Also overestimated my time there, but that's okay. Oh my god, why? Why? Okay. Okay, there's one person. Wait, where's the generator at? Okay, got this. Watch this. I'm in trouble. Yup. Ain't that some shit, man? Here I was thinking you'd be chasing somebody else, but that's okay. Hey, what's up, Broken Bones? How you doing, man? Okay, one person's healing. Yona's probably coming for the save. Let's go, dude. You got a quick second to heal me, actually. Okay, so I don't like this generator placement right here because it's actually kind of in a dead zone. And he could just come right out the door and just pelt me in the back there, so... Okay, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna dip that one. I'll be back to that maybe a little bit later. Oh, that's right. We gotta cleanse totems for our challenge here. Okay, looks like Kate's working on a gen. 2 people are injured. Okay, so we probably just went into a door. I'm in trouble. Oh my god. It's like he kind of knows. Okay, I know this pallet's gone, so we're gonna play Ring Around the Rosie, unfortunately. Take the stairs, make a loop around. Okay, so he TP'd somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know. I lost him. I'm just trying to be careful right now. Okay, he's on Rebecca right now. It's like I'm trying to find something to do here, but at the same time, I don't want to like waste time. Okay, he's directly underneath. There's usually a totem up here too, I think, right? No? I think for the sake of a challenge, for like the tome challenges, because I'm trying to store up the bank, right? I'm gonna look around for a totem. I don't want to waste too much time here doing it though, so if I don't find one within like the next few seconds, in like the next 10-20 seconds, I'll probably just dip. Corners, no. Okay. That's fine. At this point, I'm kind of just wasting time checking the corner one more time. I'll find something to work on then. I think all the generators are probably downstairs though. I see your message, man. Just give me just a second, dude. How about we not drop down? Okay, we'll start working on this generator. We got a few pallets. The nearest store is probably like that one down below, so I could probably... Yeah, this is not a bad gen to work on. Okay, gen's about to get popped. Perfect. There's also another door over there. I gotta take note of that. One thing that's a little creepy about going up against the killer is that when he comes out of the door, he's kind of like temporarily invisible for some reason. Like his whole character kind of just morphs in. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Yeah, nobody's being chased right now by the looks of it. Trying to take as much notes as possible. Okay, Rebecca's being chased again. Okay, I should be able to get this gen done in the next 45 seconds. Super stressed, but at least I'm not on literal butcher's hook. Lol. Yikes. Move from my disability payment to this new god-awful system, and it's really unpleasant. Can't wait to get it over with. Oh, that sucks, man. Oops. You playing DBD right now, man? Yeah, this guy's got some form of perk sight here, or aura perk, I think. I just don't know what it is. Okay, perfect. This gen's done. I just really hope we're not 3 gen because we were kind of screwed. Okay, so this guy got hooked where? Perfect. I'm gonna try to go in for some save. I want to get that altruism up just a little bit. So Springtrap players will probably just hook and then just immediately dip, I'm gonna assume. Yep. Oh, that was pretty bad of me, actually. Okay, we're gonna use line of sight here. Yep, line of sight. Not camping pallets. Okay, he dipped. He knows when to dip. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Nobody's working on a generator right now. I could... This Rebecca is focusing way too much on trying to get a flashlight save than doing generators, I think. Lols. Speaking generator, the only one I know about is the one upstairs. But that one's kind of at a very bad spot. Okay, so he got hooked again, and where's he going? Camping? Oh shit. Oh, I found a totem. We'll get the save. Want heals? Okay. I have the perk for it. I might as well make use out of it. Because I don't think... Yeah, there's no doors near us, I don't think. Perfect. Yeah, we'll take the hill because nobody's doing a generator right now, and I don't know how long this is gonna last, so thank you. Slugging? Trying to get Rimworld to load in properly. Okay, so he's got thrilling tremors by the looks of it, girls. Try not to look at him. I don't want to reveal my position. Gotcha. You want heals? Or do you just want to do the gen? Okay. Okay, make up your mind. You can't move, though. You're trying to be very careful. It's time to go, time to go, time to go, time to go. Perfect. I'll take the protection hit. I'll probably... Yeah, I'm down because I got stuck now. Yep. Perfect. And I'm just gonna keep playing around Rosie. I know there's not really much I could do here, so we're just gonna continue wasting his time doing this. That's fine. 2 people are currently stacking on a gen right now, and I have adrenaline coming up pretty soon. Thought I had a mod loadout that worked bad at common glitch where walls cost 5% material or 5 more materials, but also cost 15 solar due to mod conflicts. Oh damn. Mod World. I don't think I've heard of that. I've heard of Pal World, which is the complete ripoff of Pokemon. Played the previous release day instead. Oh my god, we might as well double heal. This position is not appropriate. That is actually pretty funny. Okay, stacking on a gen here. Should take like 20 seconds. Currently focused on the Kate, so once those brackets stop moving. Ooh. Yep, there he is. Commit, 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 commit. Ooh, we should have came back. back here. Okay, so exit gate over there and exit gate over there, I believe. Cleanse totem. I'll just make my way over to... Oh, okay, that's not good. Take the pallet, take the pallet. It's all yours. She's dead on hook. There's not going to be much I can do there. Okay. Very similar to Dwarf Fortress. I don't think I played that one either. Pure 2D and your pawns move in real time. Very interesting. Alright, what we get? Hey, we got two. Let's go. Big Daddy Walrus. That is a hell of a name. And I totally forgot I had a P. And now we're at a match. Guess what? I got a P. Yeah, Thurling. I saw that one. Phantom Fear. That's kind of a nutty perk, actually. There's the overcharge, and then I rushed action. Okay. It's like if I'm gonna run distortion, I might as well learn all the perks that give away my aura. That being said, I will be right back. Okay. Let's see. Dwarf Fortress started out as an ASC2 indie game. I don't know what that means. They only recently added an interface and graphics since it came out. Let me look it up real quick. You wanna know how I got these scars? Ooh. I think I've seen something like this before. It actually looks kind of interesting. It kind of looks like Factory.io. Look that up real quick. Oops. Yeah, I think that kind of is supposed to help teach you how to like program or something like that. I'm not sure about that actually. I saw it in like a review though. Very interesting. So what exactly do you do in this here? I'm curious. And then let's see. Let's actually bring up. Let's listen to some scary stories.
Surprise fees, one-time charges, and sudden price hikes hidden in the fine print. With G-Fiber, there's no router fees, no install fees, no
God, I really don't care.
This happened when I was really young. I'm talking 2nd or 3rd grade. It's hard for me to remember things clearly from that long ago, but this memory stands out for reasons you'll soon understand. It was a school day, and it had been raining cats and dogs all day. After picking me up from school, my parents left the house for some upscale events. I can't remember if it was a fundraiser or a dinner party or something else entirely. Either way, they were supposed to come back home that night, but while they were gone, the storm picked up like crazy, and it became unsafe to drive long distances. So instead of driving back home, they reluctantly decided to spend the night at one of their friends' houses who lived much closer to where the event was. I remember them calling me on the house phone and repeatedly apologizing for leaving me there by myself, even though I insisted that I wasn't even hungry and I'd be fine. My mom gave me a list of things to do before bed. Lock all the doors and windows, keep at least one house light on, make sure all the blinds were closed, typical stuff. At the time, I didn't understand why they were making such a big deal about everything. I wasn't quite old enough to realize how important it was to not leave kids my age home alone. In fact, I was actually kind of excited to have the place to myself. It meant unlimited candy and no bedtime. I obviously didn't have a TV or any kind of screen in my room, so I stayed downstairs in the living room watching TV on the couch. I told myself I'd do all that stuff my mom had requested right before going to sleep, since I was planning on staying up all night anyway. But at some point later in the night, the sugar crash got to me, and I accidentally fell asleep. No surprise there. I don't remember exactly what time I ended up waking up, but it was late enough for the TV to have gone into sleep mode, so 3 hours minimum. I distinctly remember being much colder when I woke up. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I mean, temperatures drop at night, but the difference was significant enough for me to instantly make the connection, even at that young age. I thought about just curling back up and going back to sleep, but then I remembered the list my mom had given me. Even at that age, I knew she'd find out if I didn't do it, and I really didn't want to get in trouble after she trusted me to stay home alone. So I forced myself off the couch and went to check the windows and doors. I went around and did everything she asked. Locked the front and back doors, closed all the blinds, checked the windows, even the light. Everything was shut tight, which confused me a little because the house still felt way colder than it should have. I even put my hand against a couple of the windows to make sure they weren't cracked open or something, but they were all sealed. I figured maybe the storm knocked out the heater or something, and I didn't think much more about it. That explanation made sense to me at the time, and I was so tired that I couldn't devote more energy to thinking about the heat. So I headed upstairs to my room, ready to crawl into bed and forget about it. When I got to my room, I finally realized just how bad the storm had gotten. Our living room is tucked into the center of the house, so I hadn't really been able to appreciate the storm.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and
storm from down there. My childhood bedroom has a big external window though, so I could hear everything. The rain was slamming against the glass like it was trying to get in. Every minute or so, there was a burst of lightning, followed by a deafening clash of thunder. I wasn't scared of storms at that age, but I do remember being concerned that a tree was going to fall on the house. That's probably why I had trouble falling back asleep, even though I had been dead tired not even 20 minutes prior. As I was lying there, trying to fall asleep, I started picking up on these odd sounds. Every so often, there were these weird creaking sounds, like shifting wood. Thing is, the entire floor is carpeted, so it couldn't have been coming from my room. At first, I thought it was a tree swaying in the wind, but the sound didn't quite fit. Even then, I knew the general sounds associated with thunderstorms. This definitely wasn't one of them. It started bothering me after a while. For whatever reason, it wasn't the storm keeping me up. It was that stupid sound. I couldn't take it much longer, so I sat up and looked around the room, not really sure what I was looking for. I listened, trying to drown out the sounds of the storm and focus in on the creaking. Lightning flashed, illuminating the whole room. Everything looked normal, but my eyes were drawn to the only wooden thing in the room, the closet. The room went dark again, and I sat there perfectly still. About a minute later, lightning flashed again, and my room was once again lit up for just a split second. And in that split second, I saw something that made me choke. The closet door was slightly ajar. It had been closed before. I was 100% sure of it. Something had opened it. There was something in my room. I didn't scream, I didn't speak, I didn't even think. I just got out of bed as quietly as I could and walked out of the room. That walk from the bed to the door felt like a 500-mile, 5-year journey. I immediately went downstairs and hid under the dining room table. Then, and only then, I started crying. I didn't know what else to do. There was someone in my house, in my room, and my parents were too far away to help me. I'm not sure how long I stayed under that table, but at one point, I heard footsteps walking down the stairs. I held my breath, knowing that any sound I made could have ended my life. They weren't normal footsteps. It sounded like whatever it was jumping and pinballing down the stairs. The footsteps got closer. They were approaching the dining room table like they knew where I was hiding. I can't tell you how scared I was. I really thought I was gonna die. And then, from under the table, I saw them. I couldn't see their upper body, but 2 bare feet walked into view. 2 nasty, wet, and muddy legs that were tinted yellow.
Gross.
I couldn't tell if they were male or female legs. That's how gross and almost disfigured they looked. There were cuts all over their legs, like they had rolled around in a thorn bush. They were also stumbling, like they were struggling to even stand upright. And just as I thought it couldn't get any worse, they dropped something. It was a wrench. It clattered against the floor, and I'm telling you, it took every fiber in my being to fight back a scream. If that person bent down to pick the wrench up, they'd definitely see me. With wide eyes, I watched as that person stood still, not picking up the wrench, but not walking away either. It felt like a standoff, where any wrong move could end my life. Eventually, they finally continued walking, and I couldn't see them anymore. I listened as the chaotic footsteps stomped and stumbled around my first floor for what felt like an eternity. And then, finally, the front door opened and shut. They were gone. I stayed hidden under that table for a long time after that. Part of it was fear, but another part of it was what I can only describe as trauma. I just remember being shaken and scared. I was at the ripe age where I understood how dangerous the situation was, but not old enough to know how to deal with it. The rest of the night was kind of a blur. I picked the wrench up off the floor, not wanting my parents to find it the next morning. After making sure the front door was locked, I slunked back upstairs, crawled into bed, and fell asleep. Everything went back to normal after that. For whatever reason, I was terrified to tell my parents. I didn't want them to find out I hadn't locked the doors and done everything they had asked me to do, so I just kept the whole thing to myself. It wasn't until several years later that I told them the story, and it actually took some convincing for them to believe me. Looking back, not telling them the moment it happened was an awful decision, since there was nothing that could have been done about it so far removed from the incident. If I'm being frank, this experience traumatized me for basically the rest of my childhood. I slept with a nightlight from then on, and I developed a fear of the dark that didn't go away for a long time.
Damn.
I still have trouble explaining what happened that night, but I learned my lesson. Lock your doors at night.
Yeah. It's kind of like a no-brainer. That's fucking creepy. Dude, I love these stories, man. They're so interesting, man. Like, yeah, they're scary. They're just, I don't know. Like, I just like listening to them. Singularity. It comes from shit. Biopods or being near other slipstream survivors disable EMP. So biopod. So he can teleport then, right? This killer is actually kind of confusing, but it doesn't look like people are playing. I like how I'm seeing like different killers now. It takes about like a whole week, and then all right, that's enough. New killer. Let's play some other shit. That's kind of what it feels like. Coal tower. Okay, corrupt info noted. What are we dealing with here? He probably came from that side of the board, I'm guessing. Okay, so we... Oh my god. Fucking hell, man. So does he see me with this on, or how does that work? Okay, we're just gonna go all the way back. Block his line of sight. Nope. That's fine. No. Just keep running, keep running. I think he's on somebody else though, so I can probably dip and get away. We'll go ahead and actually open one of these. Perfect. Okay, another gen's about to get popped here in just a few minutes. Or not a few minutes, excuse me, a few seconds. So that's how we... Good chase. Okay, pick her up. No thrilling. Never hurts to check. Probably gonna bring her closer here. I gotta be careful because the killer shack does have the basement. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna take spacing from that because reasons. Alright, I'm injured. The last thing I want to do is... Okay, so that's the one that got done. I'm gonna cleanse this totem just for the sake of challenge until I hear his tear radius. The moment Kidron would actually be kind of helpful here, but that's okay. I think a good perk combination probably Corrupt Invo and Lethal Pursuer. Okay, so it doesn't look like he's on anyone at the moment, but... Okay, I'll go in for the save, because I was previously over here, because I'm kind of like wasting time right now. I got you. Okay. Okay, she just wants to focus on the perfect group stack here. Currently killer's on nobody right now, so we'll just start the generator. So I don't know what's going on here. Cool. I think with 3 people on it, it should take like between 45 to like... Yeah, I think like 45 seconds. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if he went AFK or what here. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Spacing. Oh, hello, buddy. Oh, I'm getting down, man. Not stuck. Take a hit in the back. Oh. Right. Up or what here? Oh, there's the window. Yep, he dipped. Why does it have to take so long to open one of these? Fuck. Oh! I got you, buddy. I got you. I got you. Okay, so this takes like 25 seconds to open. I don't know. I'm just making guesses here. Maybe, you know, let's do 30. That generator's done. So I don't know where... I'm gonna look for totems. Help this person with the generator. Okay, he's on the David King. We're working on the Django. Sable doing Sable things, man. Why so serious? Singularity. You wanna know how I got these scars? Okay, what is he doing? So, my father was a drinker. Let's see that Noed. Woo! Diarrhea, girl. Okay, he's just gonna chase that one person. Yeah, they're probably just, yeah. I'm gonna cleanse this and I'm just gonna dip. Oh, hey, GG Singularity. Good attempt. Waste any more time with that. Buddy. Oh, Probably play like a couple more games and then maybe call it quits. So we're gonna finish the video as we do that. We'll do one story, then one game, then one story, then one game.
Days Inn makes every winning moment even
that shit
more
happens.
epic. Staying nearby gets you close to what matters.
I'm an only child and live with my mom and dad in a decently sized home. It's a little big for just the three of us, but my parents' running joke is that it was never their intention to have only one kid. They just never got around to having more. Anyway, I was 15 when this happened. It was a rainy Saturday night sometime in May. I can't remember exactly when this happened, but I do remember that it was during one of the last weekends before summer started up.
Ooh, hell yeah.
There's one last thing I have to mention. I have a lot of weird medical conditions that make my life difficult. I get frequent panic attacks, faint easily, and struggle breathing at times. I'm also one of those weird people who needs complete and total silence to fall asleep. Like, even a small fan is enough to keep me awake. I've mostly learned how to deal with it, but sleepovers and vacations are still unbearable. People always tell me they love the sound of rain and that it helps them fall asleep, but it does the exact opposite for me. It doesn't rain often where I'm from, but every now and then we get these insane downpours that keep me up all night. To be fair, it wasn't a full-on thunderstorm, but it was raining heavily enough to keep me up. No matter what I tried, I couldn't block out the sound of raindrops pattering against the roof. It was late, sometime well after midnight, when I faced the reality that I wasn't going to sleep anytime soon. So I got out of bed and thought about ways I could expend some energy. Eventually, I decided to go for a little walk in the rain. This wasn't the first time I had done that. Walking in the rain was actually something my parents encouraged me to do when I couldn't sleep. We live in a very safe residential area, and there's a huge public park that borders my house, so being out late isn't dangerous at all. Plus, the park is very well lit, which is another one of the reasons I've always felt so comfortable walking there late at night. I put on a rain jacket, quietly walked downstairs, and stepped outside without even bothering to bring an umbrella. I purposely didn't bring my phone because I knew myself well enough that a phone screen was only going to keep me up. It was oddly peaceful outside. I've always been one for nature, and seeing all the trees gently swaying in the wind with the raindrops screaming down their branches was exactly what I wanted. After about 20 minutes, I started to feel myself getting tired, which was a good thing. I turned around and started walking back towards my house, figuring I'd be able to fall asleep by the time I got back. As I was cutting through the park, I glanced toward the road and saw something strange. There was a long black object lying flat in the middle of the street. At first, I thought it was an oddly shaped garbage bag or something like that, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized what it was. It was a person just lying there in the middle of the street. They were face down too from the looks of it. I felt a sick feeling bubbling up in my stomach. The only thought bouncing around my brain was the likely possibility that they had been hit by a car and were injured.
Ooh.
Or worse. There was no other logical reason why someone would be lying motionlessly in the street, especially while it was raining. As much as my gut told me to just keep my head down and continue walking, I felt like I had to do something. My parents raised me a certain way. If I see a person in need, I have to help them. So against my instincts, I started approaching the person in the street. As I got closer, I was able to make out what they were wearing. Black pants and a dark plaid shirt. Definitely not the type of attire someone would wear during heavy rain. Judging by the clothing, it was a man, but that's what I had already assumed. I'm not sure if it was the gravity of the situation or something else, but as I was walking toward the street, I realized for the first time that night how cold I was. Like the rain was lukewarm one second and ice cold the next, if that even makes any sense. As I was closing in on the road, a screech rang out from somewhere behind me. Instinct took over and I whipped my head around, adrenaline flooding my veins. It sounded like a howl, but slightly off. Like a wounded animal. That's the only way I can describe it. A quick scan of the tree line revealed nothing. The sound must have come from deeper in the park, meaning there was no imminent danger. Still, the sheer strangeness of it all had my heart racing. I had never heard anything like it before, and the lack of an explanation was what triggered that feeling of pure fear. But that feeling was about to get 1,000 times worse, because when I turned back around and faced the street, that person wasn't lying down anymore. They were sitting perfectly upright, staring at me. In that moment, everything started fading and my vision narrowed. The only thing keeping me from passing out right there was the muffled sound of 1,000 raindrops pattering all around me. Before I could react, That person stood up and started sprinting towards me with a demonic smile on his face.
Oh, that's
And what's
creepy.
worse, he was holding what looked like a kitchen knife. Up until that moment, I didn't know what it meant to truly fear for your life. I snapped out of my haze and ran as fast as I could in the opposite direction. As soon as I started running, I heard him yell, "I'll kill you," at the top of his lungs. The wet grass made it impossible to run at full speed, but my one saving grace was that whoever was chasing me would have to deal with the same thing. I didn't want to lead him to my house, so I ran towards the trees, hoping I could lose him in the park. That's where the screech had just come from, I know, but I didn't have another choice. I didn't look back once. I just ran like my life depended on it. And considering how insanely cracked out that guy looked, I think my life actually did depend on it. I ran towards the densest part of the park, hoping I'd be able to hide in there before he caught up to me. I didn't even know if he was still chasing me, but I didn't care. Part of me felt like if I stopped running, the fear would catch up to me and I'd pass out immediately. I made it into the woods, and right when I was about to throw up from exhaustion, I ducked behind a tree and tried to catch my breath. I looked behind me, and there was no one, or at least no one I could see. The only thought on my mind at that point was how in the world I was going to get home safely. I didn't feel comfortable moving, so I just waited there. I must have waited at least 20 minutes before finally stepping out from behind that tree. I took the long way home, around the backside of the park, and through this other section that spit me out a few streets away from my house. No one followed me. I finally made it home and collapsed on my bed, drenched and basically traumatized. I never got an answer for anything that happened that night. That howl is honestly what confuses me the most. I have a hard time believing it was somehow related to the man that tried to attack me, but it's just too coincidental. I think what happened is that guy heard the screech too, looked up, saw me, and then did whatever he did for whatever reason. As for his motivation, I have no idea. There's just crazy people out there. Maybe he was on drugs or something. I know it's not a real explanation, but I can't think of a better one. I still live in the same house today, and even though several years have gone by, it's hard not to think about this experience every so often.
My guess is the guy laying on the ground was probably setting up a trap, so anyone who tried to approach him, they would just... Yeah, people exist, man. Them folk, dude. You gotta love that. Alright, let's cue another game. God, these M&Ms are so good. Hold on, I'm curious about something. So, Calm Spirit. I'm out. Hold on. Damn, kid, what the hell are you rocking? Where's it at? Allows you to overcome the urge to scream, allows you to open chests and go. Ooh, that one's new. Yeah, because when you have a buff on something, it also has to have a negative effect on it. So I'm kind of curious if this can actually be the counter to the animatronic perk, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to play FNAF right now, because I think, because I guess there's like a teaser, like that the second movie's gonna come out at I think December later this year. So I think FNAF's kind of like taking back the decade a little bit. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that, but FNAF's kind of making a comeback by the looks of it. I still need to beat the first game. Got stuck on the second one. The third one was kind of whatever, and I haven't even started the fourth one, but... Security Breach? That game's fun. It's like a giant like Dave & Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese like mall / game. I don't know, it's a big place. Like the level design just looks sick, dude. I love it. I might actually go back and I thought about going back and probably doing like achievement hunt for it, because that's just something I like to do. Okay, so it looks like we are going up against Freddy again. Springtrap. They better make a Freddy. Yeah, there you are. Okay, the pallet's all yours. I'm just gonna take a dip here. Oh, these fucking bots, man. Damn. I need beer. This gem would be very good to get out of the way. I could start my own, but I'd rather just start doing this one, just to help him speed it up quicker. Yeah, you go for the save. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so that's a Scourgehook, I believe. He's gonna come straight over here. He could have just used the door, but yeah, there he is. Which way is he going? Okay, he's gonna dip. They got the save. I'm actually gonna go back on this generator, so let's see if he's rocking a generator perk. He is not. I'm gonna cleanse that totem after this. Okay, the group stack healed. They're all good to go. Get the middle one out of the way. Could do a little bit of split pressure, but then again, he can also teleport, which kind of negates that, so it really doesn't matter. Cool. Taking a hit in the back, that's fine. Utilizing the jungle gym. Miss. Yeah, we're just gonna give him the pal and we're actually gonna dip. Now, unfortunately, that. Okay, so he's still actually gonna have the audacity to chase, which is kind of good, because the longer we distract. Okay, so he's got Bamboozle, and that's pretty. I don't mind giving him the ballot. Missed. Perfect, 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 perfect. Buying the survivor some time here. Doesn't cut me off, so we get the window for free. Keep taking spacing, and he DCs. Okay, that was a GG's right there, unless he got disconnected, or I don't know what happened. Yeah, he DC'd. Okay, I gotta ban this bot real quick. Automod bot doesn't ban all of them, but it bans some of them. Okay. Okay, what do you run? So we have Devour Hope, Lightborn, oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, there's the Scourgehook. So, available when a survivor is hooked on a Scourgehook, lose 1 token, generate with the most progress, explodes instantly, losing 20% progress, and start to progress. Yep. Called it. Bamboozled, and then I wouldn't guess these two, so. Oh, that's all. This is why you never commit to chases, man. The survivor knows how to loot, man. You have to do it, man. At least you'll catch him off guard later in the game, but, you know. 15-20 second rule, man. Alright. Let's go ahead and find the... Or wait a minute, no, because I could just do this. Okay.
I'm 29 years old, and one of the only things that's ever really helped me clear my head is camping. Not campgrounds or national parks where there's other people around. I'm talking true middle-of-nowhere camping. I grew up in Northern California, and I've spent the better part of my adult life learning to find those remote little pockets where you can still feel like the only person left on Earth. This story took place a few months ago. I had just broken up with my ex. Let's just say I was going through it. I needed to be alone. So one day, I just packed up my truck and headed out. I didn't have a specific plan. I just threw some gear together and decided to go back to a quiet riverside spot I'd stumbled across once before. It wasn't an official campsite or anything, just a little bend in the river you could reach if you followed this barely there dirt road past a whole lot of nothing. I got there sometime in the late afternoon, but the second I turned down the dirt path that led to the river, my stomach sank a little. There were already 2 trucks parked near the trailhead, one gray and one white. I couldn't see anyone around, but just knowing other people were out there kind of killed the vibe for me. I hadn't driven all this way out in the middle of nowhere to interact with people. I sat there for a second, debating whether I should just turn around and find another spot. But I told myself it was a big stretch of river, and chances were whoever owned those trucks were camped far enough away that I wouldn't even see them. I hiked maybe 15 minutes downriver when I saw 2 guys fishing up ahead. They looked like the type you'd expect to see fishing. Thick beards, a little overweight, heavy boots, but it seemed like they were more focused on something else. As I got closer, one of them quickly covered something with his jacket and gave me this awkward half smile. As I passed, he called out, saying something about how they were just target shooting cans and didn't mean to freak me out. I just gave a polite nod and kept walking without saying anything. As I kept walking, I couldn't help but replay the guy's comment in my head. It wasn't even what he said that bothered me. It was how rushed and awkward it came out. Like he was trying too hard to sound casual. I got that uneasy feeling you get when something doesn't quite add up, but I pushed it down. People out there weren't exactly known for their social skills. It wasn't that weird for rural folks to be a little off when it came to talking to strangers. I told myself to let it go and focus on finding a good spot to set up camp. I found a spot a little further down the bend where the trees were thicker and the trail dipped out of sight. It wasn't perfect, but it was tucked away enough that I felt like I had my own space. I set up camp, pulled out a book, and tried to settle in. It started raining lightly not long after, so I threw on my rain jacket and kept at it, letting the sound of the river and the soft drizzle drown everything else out. Later, I wandered down to the rocks by the river's edge to reflect a little bit. That's when I noticed someone across the water. It was one of the guys from earlier, the one who had called out to me, only this time he was alone. He spotted me and waved. I hesitated.
Does your internet bill keep getting higher?
My God.
That's because promo pricing is full of surprises. At Google Fiber,
Then waved back, figuring it was better to be friendly. He yelled across, asking for my name. I don't know why, but I shouted back my real name, Anisha, without really thinking about it. He stood there for a second after I answered, then pulled something out of his jacket. At first, I thought it was a phone, but then I realized it looked more like a disposable camera. Before I could even process it, he held it up and took a picture of me from across the river.
That's weird.
And then, without another word, he just turned and started walking back up the riverbank like nothing had happened. I was beyond creeped out. The weird speech patterns and mannerisms were one thing, but taking a picture of me, that was next level strange. I headed back to my campsite and just figured I'd stay put for the rest of the night. After the sun went down, I crawled into my tent and tried to get some sleep, but my mind wouldn't shut off. I kept replaying the breakup in my head, picking apart every word, every mistake, every what if. I don't know how long I lied there like that, just listening to the river and the light patter of rain against the tent. At some point, though, I started hearing something else. Faint, uneven sounds, like someone stepping carefully over wet ground. At first, I tried to convince myself it was just the rain or some animal, but the longer I listened, the clearer it became.
I'm just gonna interrupt real quick. So this is why it's very important. So I don't know if I missed over anything in the story here, but whenever it comes to like camping or especially like traveling alone, and just being like solo and like a far away, just basically from society, right? It's very imperative you bring some form of weapon, okay? Because there are wackos and crazies that kind of, I don't want to say patrol, but they kind of like to roam in that, like, you know, away from society area, and if you get caught in a bad land there, then you're kind of fucked.
Footsteps
stories like this, for
circling the
example.
campsite, and the second I made that connection, my stomach dropped straight through the ground. I didn't even have to wonder who it might be. I'm no fool. I never go into the woods alone without protection.
Okay,
And this
here
was
we
no
go.
exception. I didn't hesitate. I grabbed my handgun from where I kept it tucked by my sleeping
There
bag.
we go.
Then I unzipped the tent and stepped out into the rain. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears, but I needed to stay calm. I clicked my flashlight on and swept it across the trees, and there he was. That creep from earlier, standing a few yards away, half hiding behind a tree. He wasn't smiling or scowling, he just had this blank expression on his face like he wasn't all there mentally. The scariest part wasn't his demeanor though, but the fact that he was holding a small axe in his left hand. For a second, I couldn't move. All I could think about was how far I was from anyone, how nobody would even hear me scream if it came to that. But somehow, I managed to raise the gun and level it at him. I forced my voice to stay calm, even though every part of me was screaming. As sternly as I could, I said, "Leave now or I'll kill you." His facial expression didn't change at all. It was like my words meant nothing to him. After a few seconds of silence, he mumbled something about how his friend Ivan had discouraged him from coming to find me, and that he had to take care of Ivan. I didn't wait for him to say anything else. I fired a shot straight into the trees above his head. He stumbled a bit, clearly not expecting me to do that. I leveled the gun at him again, a little more confident now. I told him it was his last chance and to drop the axe. He did, and a huge wave of relief washed over me. But I wasn't out of the woods yet. I told him to take his shoes off so that he'd have trouble following me, and then made sure he didn't have any other weapons on his person. Once I was sure he wasn't armed, I told him to go to my tent and grab my gear. I watched him like a hawk as he fumbled with my stuff, forcing him to toss it all out into the open where I could see it. I packed the essentials as fast as I could, never letting him out of my sight. I jammed the axe into my backpack and made sure I wasn't forgetting anything.
You would let a stranger touch your shit, man? Like, the fuck?
I'd have to leave the tent behind, but that was a small price to pay for staying alive. I then grabbed his shoes and threw them as far as I could into the darkness, and I told him to walk in the opposite direction. I kept the light on him the whole time, and the moment he walked far enough out of sight, I turned and started hiking back up the river as fast as I could. That was the scariest part of the whole encounter, stumbling through the pitch-black forest in the rain with a potential murderer behind me. I wasn't sure if he was following me, but I didn't care. I just kept going, trying to use the flashlight as minimally as possible. Both pickup trucks were still in the pullout when I finally made it back to my car. I didn't stop though. I threw everything in and sped out of there. When I got cell service back, I called the police and reported the whole incident, describing my location as best as I could. A few months have passed since then, and I'm not sure if anything ever came of it, but I'm not going out of my way to find out. What still scares me most about the whole thing is that comment he made about his friend Ivan, that he quote-unquote took care of him.
Yeah,
I really
we
don't
know
want
what
to think
that
about what
means.
that means.
I know what that means. Well, well done. Came prepared. You did your business. Well done. Got over there safely. That is the important thing. Alright. Let's play another game, man. Oof. Yeah, wilderness is scary, man. It's like camping should be like just a peaceful experience where you can just go out in nature for a little bit. But man, there's always some bullshit. There is never everything. There's nothing you can just like chill from. There's always something to be concerned about whenever you step foot in the outside world. Citizens, man, citizens. Peanut butter M&Ms. Abuse. Meg Thomas, sorry I had to go. That better not mean what I think it means. I am here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. Garden of Joy. I think I do already have this achievement, but... Right, I really should start walking more. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, 2 people are stacked on a gen. I should go ahead and do this one over here. Split pressure across 3 different gens. I'm gonna chill right here and get more clear view of where to go. We got a pallet next to me, and then we got a window behind it. Okay, so we got the trapper, hell yeah. Scared the hell out of me, actually. So we're gonna play the game called Ring Around Rosie. Oh, I'm in trouble. Never mind, we're good, we're good. Oh, shit. Okay, we're gonna just keep going. Brutal strength. Okay. Okay. I do not like how there is no window. Yeah, this is the part where I'm gonna... Okay, he's gonna do that. We're gonna go take distance. Yeah, I pretty much used a lot of pallets, but we're getting value out of this. Somebody's working on this gen. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Going. Okay, gonna keep going. Go over here. And we notice how, like, every time the trapper starts placing down traps, I'm pretty much on my way to hell, right? You take distance from that. You take spacing. You don't just camp the area. That's how we survive. Now, we did get 3 gens out of that. 3.5, actually. This is good. This is good. And only 1 hit. So... Hoorah. Alright, now 2 people are stacked on a generator. So, if this trapper's good, he actually would have brought add-ons, just because trapper... His base kit is really hard to get value unless you bring some from an add-on for that. Which is something I do. Oh my goodness. I don't have time to fuck around with you, Sable. Which way is he going? Okay. That's his first hook. Unfortunately, I did use a decent amount of pallets. If that jungle gym over there had a window, I probably wouldn't even... Okay, we're gonna take spacing. He's coming. Okay. Yeah, if that jungle gym had a window, I probably would have preserved the pallet, man, but I just didn't want to take any chances. Meg's almost done with the generator. Oh, there he is. If he comes my way, I'm gonna run towards the house. Yeah, he's kind of camping a little bit. Apparently the Meg is... Okay, I think the Meg's gonna go in for the save. It's like, I know I could've, but... This guy's taking all the pallet stuns, man. Okay, he dips. Well done. Perfect. I'm actually gonna go ahead and cleanse this totem. Yeah, another thing too about Trapper, prep first and then go for chases. If it costs you a couple gens, because you really want the traps to do the work for you, if at all possible. He's coming back, he's coming back. See? Because it's like... Okay. Oh, we placed one right there. Well done, buddy. He gets me, he gets me, he gets me. Yep. I should have checked that pallet. I shouldn't have ran towards them either. I should have ran the opposite way. So that was my fault right there. Oops. The question is, did they 3-gen themselves? We know there's a gen right there. 1 gen right there, and I think towards the killer. Oh, it's actually down there. Yeah, so we kind of 3-gen'd. Sort of. We just need to slowly make progress on one of them. He's probably going to do proxy camping. Group stack heal. Yeah, good job. Okay, yeah, that person just needs to put pressure and work on that gen, because I don't really think he's paying too... Never mind, he is. I have adrenaline, so I'm probably not gonna bother and get healed. Sloppy Butcher. I'd rather just put pressure on a generator. Prove myself too, even better. See, I'll get on the gen. Perfect. I didn't even see that. What the hell? Pretty interesting. Okay. Take note of that. One trap right there, one trap at the pallet, and then... Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. More pressure. That's good, that's good. Oh man, I can't believe that trap got me. That's kind of humiliating. If we didn't 3-gen ourselves, oh shit. In a state of panic, people will not think. Okay, so I think I know what that symbol represents. It means you're trying to get out of like a killer-related power, I think that's what that is. Okay, come on, Meg, you got this, man. Keep him in chase. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Wait, please watch out for the trap on your left, man. He's coming. Dun 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 dun. Take the window, girl. Dun 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 dun. Was he slug? No, but the exit gate is right. My point exactly. Down on here. Good. Oh my god. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. GG's. Yeah, never overcommit, man. Never overcommit. Nice. The naughty. Wait, what? Hold on. Disarmed by a healthy survivor. Oh. Okay, but if you're already injured, then it doesn't really matter because I didn't really notice that. One closed bear trap chosen out of. Yeah, that one I did notice when the killer was getting close to me at the start. Agitation. Brutal strength, iron grasp. Okay, so kind of like a starting build there. Alright, well, I'm probably going to call right here. Thank you, lads, for watching. Be back next week. Not sure what do next week. I'll figure that out, but will it be DVD related? Possibly will be a mod related. Possibly. No, same old shit, because hell yeah. That being said, my name is DJ, and I have been your captain for this evening. Arrgh. Have a good night, lads.